Hamza Chimaev dominates Dricus du Plessis. Lerone Murphy gets a finish for the first time in his life. And it was a pretty fun card last night. Now, I will say before anything else, there are rumors that I made a video yesterday claiming that you should put your mortgage on a parlay of Edson Barboza KO, MVP KO, and Hooper sub. I just want to say that that's AI generated. I never made that video. You can tell it's not even my voice in that video. So, it is what it is. You can't even find that anywhere. Let's keep it moving, though, man. Let's get to the main event here. Dricus du Plessis and Hamza Chimaev. Listen, man, I can't actually say on YouTube what Hamza Chimaev did to Dricus du Plessis, but he did horrifying things to him for 5 rounds. It was boring. That was kind of my major takeaway, was that Hamza was very dominant, but it was boring. I know that it's a 5 round fight. He doesn't want people to question the cardio, so he didn't really let it go on the ground. But in the crucifix, man, he could afford to posture and throw elbows. Like, it was there for him. Even when he did it a couple times, I was like, oh shit, if he lands a couple more of these, wow, he's going to finish him. But he almost gave DDP that chance at the end. And really, it was Mark Goddard that gave him that chance because he stood him up out of the full guard pretty much immediately. But listen, man, every hardcore fan can complain about the standards, but bro, like, be honest, you wanted to see DDP have a chance on the feet one time. Like, no one's really complaining about the stand-ups and the separations, but Hamza looked really good, man. I would kept saying to my friends, I was like, dude, like, I don't know who beats this guy. Like, it may be a Fluffy, but Fluffy has had moments where he's struggled in the anti-grappling. I mean, Brendan Allen did some serious grappling to him and had him in bad spots in moments. RDR is interesting, but otherwise, man, it's really tricky to think that there's a guy who is the wrestling pedigree or the ground game pedigree to really give him trouble. You'd have to have a great guard. Paul Craig, if you're listening, brother, come back down to 185. But either way, man, it was a great fight. All in all, I mean, it was dominant at like 22 minutes of control nearly, 529 total strikes landed. Like, it was kind of a wild one. Happy for Chimaev. I hope that he turns around fast. We need this guy active in the sport if he's going to be running through all these contenders. And DDP, man, I don't know what's next. Probably do him versus RDR or something like that, just a goofball contest. I think that'll be pretty fun, but we'll have to see what happens, boys. So, good win for Hamza, though. Co-main event, Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy, bruv. Headshot dead. Headshot dead. I'm from the trenches, bruv. Yeah. Spinning elbow, bruv. Yeah, I'm from Manchester, bruv. I didn't know Lerone had it in him. I hated on him for so long. I had no clue that Lerone Murphy had that dog in him. Aaron Pico had the most Aaron Pico performance of all time, though. It looked exactly like when he was getting KO'd in Bellator. He is way more skilled than most of these guys in pure boxing, but he is incredibly overly aggressive and doesn't have the chin for it. He got flatlined twice by being that way in Bellator, and it happened again. Lerone Murphy's really good at making reads. He did it in the Emmett fight. He did it in the Ige fight with a couple of step-in elbows. He's very technical, man. And I could see that he was picking up on Pico's left hook to the body, and he kept loading it up. Pico was not feinting at all, and that ultimately was his downfall. And he walked right onto that spinning elbow. That would put anybody out who walked onto that. Sucks for Pico. I think if someone can work on kind of taming that aggression a little bit, maybe just feinting into the big shots, he'll still be a problem because the wrestling looked good too. Lerone Murphy, bro, fuck it, bro. Give this dude a title shot. Like, I don't, I mean, obviously, like, Movsar deserves it. Fuck Yair. Do Movsar and Yair, bro. If that's what we're doing at this point, just do Movsar and Yair. Have Murphy fight for the title in December. Put Movsar and Yair on the same card. Like co-main or something, or feature fight. I think that would be a good idea. So, give Murphy the title shot. Didn't know he had that dog in him. Let's keep it moving here. Guys, we all watched CP. We were all celebrating the CP last night when CP took place. Listen, man, he was setting it up. He was landing big shots the entire round. He was definitely getting the better of Jeff Neal in most of the exchanges. Neal had moments. Prates scares me, man. When he's ducking out of the way with his hands down, he's gonna get silvered at some point. Like, he's gonna get caught doing that. But for now, it's really cool, and he landed that. It looked like he was trying to land a spinning back fist, but the elbow caught him instead. And I'm going to put Jeff Neal out. At first, I thought maybe, he's just down to end the round, but he was done as soon as he hit his back. It was a good stoppage, and I'll be honest, Rogan says a lot like, "Who's ever done it like that?" You know, and he's right about this one though. I don't think I've ever seen Jeff Neal flatline KO'd like that. So pretty good for Carlos Prates. The question that we are really asking is, how good is Ian Gary? This kid, he's too technical on the feet, man. What a guy. What a guy Ian Gary is. Next up, I'd like, or not, next up for Carlos Prates, I'd like to see the Leon Edwards fight in Rio. Leon's got to come back at some point. You got to come back and fight somebody. CP is what you're fighting next, you know? But I think that makes sense. For Jeff Neal, man, I like to see him in fun fights. I don't. Why are we trying to push this guy as a contender? Like he's not contender level, but he could be in some fun fights, man, at welterweight. So I don't know what you do next with him. Maybe you do like him versus MVP or something, but I'm not sure. Good win for CP though. Michael Venom Page. Speaking of MVP, and speaking of Joe Rogan, we'll get to that in a second. This guy's pure striking is nuts. Like he is just kind of an emote at range and do nothing kind of merchant, but he has one moment every single round. That's what he does. Knocked down Cannonier in the first with a nasty right hand. Kind of caught him off balance, but it was a knockdown. They didn't credit it for him though, but it's what it is. Second round, same thing. Kind of a push knockdown, but he outlanded Cannonier in moments. He got back up from a takedown. He was putting it on Cannonier. I don't know why he didn't put it on the gas a little more late in that round because he had Cannonier hurt, man. If he committed to a little bit of a couple of shots, he would have got him. I think MVP at this stage of his career is not willing to kind of put that output out. That's why I thought he had the KO, but he just isn't willing to really put himself at risk anymore. Like he's a kind of guy that's just, he's gonna hang out at range. If he catches you, he catches you, but if he doesn't, he's okay with it. Like he's not gonna complain. Third round, Cannonier got the takedown, controlled him. MVP is nothing off his back. I think everyone's known that his whole career, that he is nothing off his back, and it was pretty evident here. But MVP won clearly 29-28. Cannonier did not come to fight. He came to clinch, and he came to get him down. And he did in the third round, so, I mean, he executed that part of his game plan, but for a guy that's 41 and it was a must-win fight, it was kind of a bizarre game plan from Cannonier. Good win for MVP, though. Tim Elliott. Listen, man, this is what DDP was supposed to be. Tim Elliott, for what I can only describe as about 10 minutes here, was just doing nonsense at range. He was doing like cartwheel kicks, weird like front flips almost. He was throwing like teep kicks that were not landing on purpose, like weird feints. Um, he didn't even know what he was doing most of the time out there. That's how weird Tim Elliott was. He somehow got, I don't even remember how he got Asakura into the guillotine, but he locked it up, man, fast. And it was almost a one-armed guillotine, I believe. I haven't seen that in a long time, but Asakura's dog shit, dude. He's kind of an explosive striker, but you can tell that he's another guy that when you get him on his back, he has nothing to offer. These guys need to work on developing a guard as opposed to, oh my god, like the takedown, like, oh my god, we need to stuff it, but if we get taken down, we just need to grab a wrist and hold on. No, man. It's okay to get taken down. Work on your guard so that you can threaten enough stuff to make them not want to follow you down or take you down to begin with. That's what these guys should be working on. Who gives a fuck about takedown defense? To get underhooks and to sprawl. Like it's not some mathematical equation pushed down on the head. Like, man, it's just silly. And it proves that it really has not evolved that much at flyweight. There's a couple of divisions where it hasn't evolved because we haven't gotten a ton of prospects to make people evolve. You see it in these divisions with long reigning champions. Tim Elliott was a DJ title defense early in his reign, and he just beat Pantoja's title defense. DJ is by far the greatest flyweight of all time. Let's stop the nonsense. But yeah, great win for Tim Elliott, man. Kyle Sakura's got one more chance. Anyways, Gerald Meerschaert and Mikhail Olowachechuk. Guys, Mikhail Olowachechuk, just a real elf-looking guy, but he got it done. I mean, his left hand has always been nasty. Everyone knows that Meerschaert can't take a punch. He got cracked a couple times, went to his back. He started getting booed. And then Mikhail dropped him again, found his way around the guard, and was able to land some nasty ground and pound to finish him in the first round. Probably the easiest fight of his life other than Cedric Dumas. I mean, I don't even know why he's trained for the last two fights. Like, these are easy fights for him. Anyone that said round 3 GM3, bro, like, find a fucking job, man. Like, let's be serious, man. It's 2025. GM3 can only threaten submissions against Rainier to Ritter. He can only threaten submissions against top 5 middleweights. That's it. Otherwise, we got nothing for you. So, good win for Macau. I think GM3 should retire. I don't know what he has to offer other than if he flukes you to the ground. But he shot a couple of takedowns. They brought Dean Thomas on, and Dean was like, yeah, these are terrible takedown attempts, guys. I don't know what the fuck GM3 is doing. That was a real quote. Either way, good win. Luby Godinez. She's got a little bit of crazy in her, brother. Like, she's kind of staring at me right now. You know, it is what it is. That type of thing. Um, Luby's striking is actually tough. Like, she was really putting it on Andrade the first 2 rounds. Rogan and DC were glazing the shit out of Andrade. They're terrible together, man. Like, real shit. Like, they're awful. I honestly think on their own they're not that bad. On their own they're not that bad. Like, when DC isn't talking and like helping Rogan with different stuff, I mean, Rogan's all right. DC's always kind of been iffy. Obviously we all love Anik, but dude, it's like they don't even know what's going on in the fight. Luby Godinez will touch up someone for 4 minutes. She touched up Andrade for 4 minutes straight. Hurt her in moments. Big 1-2s, good counter hooks, knees up the middle. Andrade pressures her and isn't even landing strikes. And they're like, oh, Andrade is really putting the pressure on now, guys. That's the thing with her being so big. She's just nasty, man. And then Anik was like, well, Andrade needs a finish in the final round here. And DC was like, I don't know, man. Andrade was kind of putting it on Godinez the last bit of round 2. Come on, bro. Like, that shit sucks. It was a good win for Loopy. I think she should have committed to takedown. She could have submitted Andrade, honestly, if she got her down a little earlier in the fight. She tried an arm triangle briefly. Andrade fought her way out. But, yeah, man, it was a good win for Loopy. Actually, an entertaining women's MMA fight, so I was pretty happy with that. Next up, Baisangur Sursurkayev, the worst aura loss in history. This guy, man, he goes out there, emotes at range. He did it versus Muhammad Tala on the Contender Series 2. Um, Listen, he went out there, he kind of got boxed up a little bit, got rocked bad. Then he kind of locked in the second round. He landed a nasty leg kick, some big shots, hurt Nolan, jumped on the back, got his first career submission. I think if he stopped the, listen, brother, you're not a showboater. Like, go out there and finish people. We know you have power. We know you have great grappling. Just do that, man. People like you more. We don't need like a Russian showboater, brother. We've got enough Americans that do nonsense at range, and same for MVP from England. You know, he did lose some fucking aura, though. Let me tell you, this guy gets on the microphone after the fight. Everybody, we are going to chant my name on 3. 1, 2, 3. Baisangur, Baisangur. Brother, no one's chanting that. We are in Chicago, Illinois. Nobody is chanting Baisangur. You know, we did not come here to see you. Very confusing stuff. I want him to fight again. Get him a fight in October. Fuck it, give him GM3. You know, it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. Chase Hooper and Alexander Hernandez. Boy, was I fucking wrong about this fight. I watched the film leading up to this fight. I always have known that Hernandez has power. It's kind of few and far between now that he's able to land clean on guys. He doesn't really commit to shots. He's more of kind of a lead the dance with a couple of flurry of punches and then back out of range. I kind of thought that's what he would do versus Hooper. What I forgot to mention is that Chase Hooper in every fight looks terrible on the feet. Jim Miller was cracking him. But I just assumed, okay, he'll track down Hernandez, he'll survive, Hernandez won't sit down on a punch, and you'll get him down round 2 and submit him. That was kind of my thought. I even think I had a bet that was round 2 Hooper sub. Um, but instead, Hernandez realized early, holy shit, this guy has nothing for me on the feet. And then at the end of the round, while Hooper was just kind of sitting there with like his weird little boxing stance that is not how anyone would ever teach you to stand, Hernandez sits down on a counter right and puts him down. Now, in my opinion, the stoppage was early. He pushes Hooper away when he goes to his back. I think he was still there. He would have been wobbled for sure, and he would have been compromised going into round 2, but I think they maybe gifted Hernandez that stoppage a little bit. It was a big shot that put him down, and it's a great win now, 3 wins in a row. But, yeah, Hooper did look good, I'll tell you that. I don't know what the fuck this guy has been doing on the feet for the past 4 years to be able to beat a bunch of people, but yeah, man, he needs more time. Hernandez is high level. He can give anyone a good fight for the first 8 minutes, but we'll see, man. I don't know what next. I'd like to see this guy get a ranked opponent, man. Maybe do him versus like Grant Dawson or some shit, but you know, we'll see. We'll see in that department. It was a good win though for for Hernandez there. Guys, Chase Huber's got to learn abstinence, though. I'll tell you what, man. It's just like, you know, it gets to a point we need to learn to stop gooning. Watch those no fap videos, brother. Take your time, cold turkey it, whatever you got to do, Sean O'Malley style. We need to get rid of that gooning. It is what it is. Next up, Edson Barboza and Drakkar Klose. I was also incredibly wrong about this. I was not aware of that detached retina until fight night. So that's kind of a different issue that I ran into where I didn't know about anything related to Edson. Really, I just kind of assumed like, oh shit, Edson's gonna come in there, look fast. The Murphy fight was kind of a one-off, but man, he doesn't have it. Like, I don't know why he's even fighting with that injury because he can't see punches. Like, he just would not. DC was right. He would not react to the right hand whenever it came his way. It was sad to watch. He's still fast with the kicks, but the boxing is much worse than it used to be. Um, I don't know, man. I kind of hoped he would retire, but I guess maybe, bro. I'll be honest, man. He didn't take that much damage. Maybe throw him on the fucking Rio card. Throw him on the Rio card in 2 months. Tell him to fight at 55 or 70, whatever he wants. For his final fight, give him a can. See if he beats him, and then he can retire on a win at least. But yeah, man, it was a good win for Drakkar Klose. He's kind of outboxed him at range. There wasn't a lot of highlights. He got some clinches. He couldn't really get Edson down. It was still impressive, but good win for Klose in there. Finally, I'm not talking about the tough fight because I did not watch it. It was a good win for Joseph Morales, though. He got the submission, the triangle. He had nasty jiu-jitsu, man. Better wrestling. Idris looked dog shit. Can't believe he was minus 500. But either way, Karine Silva versus Deone Barbosa. I thought Barbosa won. I think a lot of people thought she did. Silva threatened a triangle where Joe Rogan, I don't know if the scorecard, like the judges, listened to commentary, but if they were listening to Joe Rogan's nonsense, they might have scored that round for Karine Silva in the second. She had like a triangle with two arms in, cannot submit someone from there unless you're using whatever Rogan's weird fucking 10th planet jiu-jitsu terminology is. Brother, unless you have the greatest flexibility in history, you're not getting a dead orchard. I've watched the fucking instructionals. There's no way that Karine Silva's watching 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Eddie Bravo instructionals on how to get a two-arm in triangle. No chance in hell. So, Deonna Barbosa won that fight. It was close. I thought the grappling exchanges were fun. There weren't any moments on the feet, really. I just didn't give a shit about this fight. It was kind of what I expected. Decision, close, 29-28. That was literally my quote. You can see it on here. That was my quote from the prediction video. Like, you know, it is what it is. I only got like one or two, maybe two or three wrong. I mean, I think for most part, I think I got three wrong on the card. I think I went 9-3. So, pretty happy with that. But guys, that's going to do it for the official fight card breakdown. I hope you boys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Peace out, boys.